3 monkeys still on the loose after escaping from an overturned truck on a Mississippi highway yesterday. It is not clear how many monkeys were originally in the truck, but authorities say all of the primates in the vehicle, except for those 3, have since been killed. CBS News national reporter Kati Weis joining us live from New Orleans now with more on this. And Kati, I know that you spoke with a freelance reporter or photographer who was on the scene, who saw those monkeys escape. What did they tell you?
Well, he said it was a pretty remarkable sight. He's a local independent journalist who has lived in that area near Meridian, Mississippi his entire life. And he said at first he heard it on the scanners and he didn't really believe it until he got a call from a local law enforcement source that said, yeah, there really are monkeys on the loose. So he went to check it out for himself and he said it was just absolutely remarkable. He was able to stay on the scene and document what he saw, where the vehicle had crashed and monkeys were just kind of hanging out outside of the trailer until finally local law enforcement said, you got to get out of here. We've been told that these monkeys are dangerous, so we need to take action. Take a listen to how he put this whole experience.
Because I had no idea that these at that point in time were considered dangerous. And it was monkeys everywhere. I don't think anybody was equipped for this. It was just one of these things. I can't believe this was going. And here in Mississippi, it's the funniest thing that I've ever seen. I put myself in the place of the law enforcement there. They're being told, presumably by the driver of the truck, that they could be dangerous. And the last thing you want to do is let something loose that's going to harm somebody, a child in the area.
And he also said that while he didn't personally see the monkeys get put down, he understands and commends law enforcement for having to take that action with the limited information that they had at the time.
Yeah, let's kind of unpack this a little bit. Authorities killed these monkeys because they were told they had diseases. Is that correct? And where were they being transported?
Yes, so what I'm told, I've been on the phone all afternoon with officials from Tulane University here behind me, where the monkeys originated from, as well as with officials from the local sheriff's office there in Jasper County. It's my understanding that the monkeys were on their way to Maryland from New Orleans here. Now, New Orleans here, or Tulane officials couldn't exactly explain where in Maryland they were headed. They said that they have a legally binding contract that prevents them from speaking further about the research lab that they were headed to, but that it is common practice for them, to be transporting research animals. They said, though, it was clear that the animals were pathogen-free. However, they don't know exactly where the truck driver got that information. So that's something we're trying to sort out, is how did the truck driver think that these monkeys were posing a public risk? I don't know. But the statement from Tulane is that the primates in question were not carrying any diseases and had received recent checkups confirming that they were pathogen free. Although Tulane did not transport or own the non-human primates at the time of the incident, we sent a team of animal care experts to assist in this tragic incident. So they're basically saying it is a tragedy that these monkeys were killed. They didn't need to be killed, that they didn't really pose a threat to public health. However, that's what happened at the time. The sheriff's office did what they thought they needed to do. Now, in the meantime, there are still, wow, it's windy out here. In the meantime, there are still 3 primates rather, that are out on the loose. And I'm told that local fish and wildlife experts up there in Mississippi are currently putting out live bait traps to try to catch those remaining monkeys on the loose.
All right, good information. Kati Weis. Kati, as always, thanks so much.